What's good, YouTube? It's your boy D-Riff. Hey, today we just witnessed a very close dethrone of Roman Reigns. And I was really hoping for it. I was hoping for it. I wanted Sammy to beat Roman, man. I really wanted Sammy to beat Roman, and I think he might have came the closest. One of the closest, honestly. I already knew something was going to happen. I don't want to spoil it for those who I don't want to spoil it too much for those that didn't see it. But just know, like I said, I already said it. Roman retained. You will find that out on Monday anyway. So if you want to go watch the match and find out what happened, then you can go watch that. But just know Sammy didn't win. All right. But look, anyway, how y'all feel about it? How y'all feel about the entire pay-per-view across the board? This video is gonna be basically about that and letting y'all know kind of how I felt about it, because I didn't do the live reaction this time because I was out doing other things, but I was watching. So yeah. Hey man, first off, I'm trying to make sure I go to hit that thumbs up, make sure I subscribe because your boy is almost at 4K. So make sure y'all please subscribe because I'm very close to 4K. And I'm not gonna be able to hit 4K unless y'all subscribe. So just please subscribe. Continue to show the support, man. Appreciate all y'all. Hey man, let's get into this.
It is WrestleMania here, back with another video. The road to WrestleMania continues as the WWE heads to Montreal for the 2023 edition of Elimination Chamber. Join us now as we recap the matches and look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly of the Elimination Chamber PLE.
The good. Alright, before he goes into it, I'm gonna say what my good was. I think Montez Ford did really good. I think, you know what?
Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel,
There's only 5 matches
Shorts.
I feel like you should have been at least one more.
First, we start off with the Women's Elimination Chamber match as the winner gets a Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania as Liv Morgan, Nikki Cross, Raquel Rodriguez.
For this, my winners was Asuka and Raquel, but I'm not going to spoil it for who won. He probably will, so don't get mad at me.
Natalya, Asuka, and Carmella all do battle. And Natalya and Liv Morgan start the match. Raquel Rodriguez enters the match, followed by Nikki Cross. Carmella is next, and again, no one has been pinned or submitted. Raquel takes the advantage of a fallen Nikki Cross and covers her for the 1-2-3. Asuka enters last, and it's a wild battle as the various women team up to pin or submit their opponents. Things come down to Asuka and Carmella, but the Empress of Tomorrow wins with the Asuka lock. Asuka is headed off to WrestleMania to face Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship.
I didn't spoil it.
Next up, Brock versus Bobby Lashley.
This I already knew. Well, my assumption, I thought it was gonna be. I thought MVP and Omos were gonna come out and interfere. That's what I thought was gonna happen, but that's not what happened. So, yeah.
Brock starts off strong, taking Lashley by surprise. Lashley recovers and it's on as both men slug it out until Lashley gets the advantage, applying the Hurt Lock. Lesnar is stuck in the center of the ring and low blows Lashley, earning a DQ. Bobby Lashley manages to win, but only by DQ. The match is over, but not for Lesnar, who F5s the official before F5ing Lashley. Lesnar puts Lashley through a table with an F5 and delivers another F5 to the official. This is far from over. Next up, the mixed tag match as Edge and Beth Phoenix take on the Judgment Day of Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. Edge starts off the match, but much of the match involves Beth Phoenix and Rhea Ripley as the Nightmare looks to show the glamour's on up and Phoenix seeks revenge for what the Judgment Day has done to her and her husband. Things look bad with repeated interference from Dominic Mysterio, but Edge takes out Dom while Phoenix disposes of Ripley outside the ring. A shatter machine to Balor and it's game over for the Judgment Day. Edge and Beth Phoenix win the match. Next up is the Men's Elimination Chamber match for the United States Championship as champion Austin Theory battles.
So for me, for this, everybody thought, Seth Rollins was gonna win. Well, he didn't. Everybody thought Seth Rollins was gonna win. My pick for this was Montez Ford. Montez Ford did finish in the top 3, so I'm very proud of him. He had a great performance. He had a lot of high-flying, high-risk moments. And I'm proud of Montez. I thought this would have been his chance for him to, have a singles title, but I guess it ain't time yet. Maybe they'll give him a push, though, after that performance. Maybe they give him a better push.
Montez Ford, Damian Priest, Bronson Reed, Seth freaking Rollins, and Johnny Gargano. The match begins with Johnny Gargano and Seth Rollins squaring off. The action continues but goes into overdrive when Bronson Reed enters the match, crushing everyone around him. It takes 3 wrestlers to eliminate Reed, and that's just the beginning as 5 men remain. Eventually it's down to Theory and Rollins, but Ford is dead weight in the ring after a curb stomp, and WWE officials come in to check on him. As Ford is being taken out, Logan Paul runs in, hitting a buckshot lariat and a curb stomp to Rollins. A-Town down and Austin retains. And finally, the Undisputed Championship match as Roman Reigns takes on Sami Zayn.
So mad.
Roman Reigns dominates the match, but as you'd expect, the story of this match is all about heart, something Zayn has in abundance. Zayn finally gets things going, but the 2 ref bumps keep him from covering the champ when he has him down. Paul Heyman throws Roman a chair and Jey Uso tries to stop Roman, but instead Sami accidentally spears Jey. Roman clobbers Zayn with a chair and spears him as
Dang, you skipped out so much. Anyway, freaking this man Roman took out the ref. Ref went down. Next thing you know, here's Jimmy. Jimmy's in the ring. Then out of nowhere, Roman has a chair from Paul Heyman, like he just said. Then Jey comes in the ring, steps in front of, Sami the same way that Sami stepped in front of Kevin Owens. And Roman did the thing like he did, trying to pass the chair to Jey for him to hit Sami. Jey didn't do it. He just sat there. Roman said, "All right, look, you wasting my time." He pushed him out the way, slapped him a couple times. Jey didn't do nothing. And Sami ended up spearing Jey on accident because Roman moved out the way. And yeah, it did look like Sami was going to come back and win because the crowd was into it. I was into it. I don't know how many of y'all were into it back home. But I ain't gonna lie. Towards the end, I was into it. And it was pretty boring in the beginning to me personally. But like towards the end, it got a lot better. But Montreal was not happy at all. I tell you, Montreal was not happy at all. Nobody cheered when Roman won. It was dead silent in there. You could hear a pin drop. You could probably hear, I ain't gonna say Vince. You could probably hear Triple H talking through Michael Cole headphones. That's how quiet it was in there.
The referee suddenly revives and counts 1, 2, 3 as Roman Reigns retains the Undisputed Championship. After the match though, Jimmy Uso runs in to attack Sami, but Kevin Owens runs in for the save, taking everyone out including Paul Heyman. Sami delivers a haluva kick to Roman Reigns to send the fans home happy as there was utter silence when Roman pinned Sami Zayn. That was a quick review of the show. Now let's move on to the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, kick-ass chamber kickoff. Tonight's show kicked off with the Women's Elimination Chamber match, and it was a white-hot match from bell to bell. All 6 women used a cage and the steel structure to their advantage, pummeling their opponents. There was some thrilling high spots, including Morgan hitting a sunset
Liv didn't botch anything this time, so that's a plus.
Flip off a pod and Nikki Cross diving off a pod onto 3 opponents. This was one of the best booked chamber matches in a long time as the wrestlers showed some real smarts at double teaming opponents to get pinfalls and submissions. Number 2, Liv Morgan's night to shine. Congrats to Liv Morgan for finally finding the perfect blend of risk taking and personal safety. There's nothing wrong with wrestlers making high spots, but for a while it looked like Liv Morgan was more concerned with taking sick bumps than putting on entertaining matches, not to mention protecting herself from unnecessary injuries. But not so tonight as Morgan wrestled with a palpable intensity without taking unnecessary bumps. Morgan had some great spots during the match, but she protected herself and incorporated them into a match rather than making her wrestling an afterthought. Number 3, Michael Cole mocks Tony Khan.
Ooh, I didn't
catch Michael Cole's subtle shot at AEW President Tony Khan.
I did not peep.
In case you missed it, Khan had a Twitter tantrum after the MMA Hours Ariel Helwani appeared on the Montreal edition of SmackDown, questioning Helwani's integrity as a journalist. Helwani appeared again tonight with Cole pointing him out and describing him as unbiased, as someone who asks the tough questions whether you want to answer them or not. A reference an interview between Helwani and Tony Khan where Khan was elusive about many of Helwani's questions. Also, Tony Khan had called Ariel Helwani biased. Number 4, Beware the Glamazon. The Grit couple were looking for revenge, but things weren't easy as they thought. Not only did Rhea Ripley prove up to the challenge of going toe-to-toe with Phoenix, but she had assistance from Dominic Mysterio. While the Grit couple won the match, what made this match so good was Beth Phoenix's performance. She looked as amazing as ever, working the majority of the match and playing the perfect partner for Edge in the ring. Number 5, Say Hello to the Bad Guy. Damian Priest's homage to his mentor Razor Ramon was pure class as he delivered a razor's edge
He
to
did
Johnny
on the
Gargano
entrance.
to eliminate
On the
Johnny
entrance,
Wrestling. Number 6, a classic chamber clash. Tonight's men's chamber was one for the ages as
It was a
six
pretty good.
superstars
It was a
worked
pretty
their
good match.
asses off to entertain the fans. There were so many good things about this match, including the various superstars allowing their opponents to look good, the WWE giving the match time to develop, and using this match to tell stories, whether it was Austin Theory's arrogance and an uncanny ability to hold his title, or furthering the story of Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins. Number 7, showcasing rising talent. The men's chamber was more than an amazing match, it was a chance for several WWE superstars to show they're a force to be reckoned with, not in the future, but now. Montez Ford looked phenomenal, whether it was flying through the air or using his dazzling displays of quickness and strength. While Ford looked terrific, the match's real MVP was Bronson Reed, who crashed through opponents like a bulldozer. Reed was simply unstoppable, and it took 3 superstars to take him out of the match, a hint at bad things for anyone who steps into the ring when it's one-on-one. While Johnny Gargano and Damian Priest were supporting characters, they looked good as well, as it's going to be interesting to see if Johnny Wrestling or the Archer of Infamy can move up the WWE ladder. Number 8, Montreal's magma hot fans.
Man,
the Montreal fans seemed one step away from blowing the roof off the Bell Center, but it wasn't just for native son Sami Zayn. The fans got into every match, making the people watch at home feel like they were in the arena themselves. The WWE's improved product has led to hotter crowds, but these fans were magma hot, and it showed for the entire event.
Yes.
And number 9, a minefield in Montreal. Tonight's main event was quite the challenge for Triple H, as he had a true dilemma on his hands: give Sami the win over Roman Reigns or wait until WrestleMania when Roman faces Cody Rhodes in a match that's been planned for months.
Man, forget that. After SmackDown, when they had the SmackDown and they seen how hot the crowd was for Sami, I would have made a last minute change. I would have said, look, man, I understand, like, we got Roman versus Cody planned for the future, but look, man, I think it's time we let Sami just hold it for 2 days, and we'll take it back from him on Raw or SmackDown, however you want to do it. We'll take it back from in March. They could have did that. They could have did that, and then they could have did Roman versus Cody still at WrestleMania. Still could have did that. There's multiple ways they could have went about it. They could have put a triple threat match. They could have did a lot of different things. But I think tonight was the night. Well, not tonight, because it's 2 o'clock right now for me. But I think they should have I think this would have been the night to let Sami do it. The crowd was on fire. The roof would have came off the building. Canada across the whole country would have been going crazy. I just feel like it would have been it would have brought a lot of attention to the WWE. I just feel like it would have brought a lot more attention to the WWE. But it was a good match. Like I said, in the beginning it was kind of boring for me personally, but towards the end is when you start sitting up in your chair a little bit. You start like standing up in front of the screen, in front of the TV, in front of the monitor, whatever you're watching it on. You start standing up, you start rocking, you start getting nervous, biting your nails. You got your popcorn. You stop eating it because you're staring at the screen so hard. It was one of those kind of matches. It was very good at the end, not gonna lie.
On one hand, it's a hella fine situation as the fans have gone bonkers for Sami. On the other, the WWE faced the question, should it hotshot things for the sake of Sami's popularity or bide its time for Cody? Right now, there's no telling whether the fans will stay behind Cody or Sami Zayn. But while tonight's match was overbooked, with 2 ref bumps, the WWE kept Sami looking as good as possible without putting the belt on him. It also did its best to send the fans home happy by having Kevin Owens run in to save Sami from a post-match attack.
Man, look, Kevin Owens should have came out there in the first place. He should have came out there when Jimmy came out there.
Sami delivering a post-match haluva kick to Roman Reigns. Unlike most of Roman's challengers, Sami can walk out of this with his head held high, as he came as close to possibly beating the Tribal Chief. The question now is whether the WWE can shift the fans' wish for Sami Zayn to win the Undisputed Championship to Cody by having Sami and KO chase the Undisputed Tag Team Championship. While the match was your typical Roman Reigns screwjob, Triple H successfully navigated the minefield in Montreal, but now it's up to him to see if he can keep Sami Zayn and Cody's fans happy, as WrestleMania is still 6 weeks away. But that was the good. What about the bad?
Yeah, well,
It's just one terrible finish. We had such high expectation for tonight's Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, but unfortunately the match's finish destroyed anything redeeming about the bout. The match was nothing to get excited about, as it was everything fans have seen before with these two, with spears, suplexes, and attempts to use their finishers, be they F5 or the Hurt Lock. Lashley finally applied the Hurt Lock in the center of the ring, leaving Lashley with no apparent option left than a low blow. Finishes like this don't belong on a PLE. As we discussed in our news and rumors video, this match should have had some sort of stipulation, as both superstars have battled in regular matches before. Obviously the WWE wanted to use the finish to set up a stipulation for WrestleMania, but this was the wrong
last man standing match at WrestleMania. On it now.
way to go about doing it, and a match that should have never been booked on tonight's show. Now, of course, there was nothing downright ugly about tonight's show, although the finish for Brock and Bobby did come a little bit close. While they may not have sent some fans home happy, they kept them from rioting, which seemed like the possibility given their enthusiasm. Still, would like to go one step forward and say that in the bind that Triple H was in, he made the most of this pay-per-view. In fact, it was near perfection. What do you guys think of the Elimination Chamber PLE
it was
view?
good. I'm not
In
gonna lie.
fact,
It was a good pay-per-view. I just wish there was like one more match. I just feel like there was a match missing. Maybe put Gunther in it. I mean, I don't know. I know Gunther just fought on Friday, but I mean, you could have put him in this. But let me know what y'all think, man. What's your favorite match of the night? What's your favorite moments of the night? My favorite moments of the night were, I'd probably say Montez Ford. Montez Ford was going crazy, man. Montez Ford was really going crazy. But look, let me know how y'all feel. Let me know what y'all want me to react to next. Let me know in the comments, because I do read the comments. I really do. I read the comments, and I respond. Hey, man, like the video. Subscribe if you're new. It's your boy D-Rib, man. I'm out.